Hello, hello, hello. I'm Andrea Stevens,
And I'm Jeanette Mejias, and we are Web's Women.
where exposure brings strength. Hi, episode 80. What are you doing, Jeanette? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I can't. Well, hey, Andrea, how are you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I love
Yeah.
that you greeted the episode too. Hi, episode 80.
Hi, episode 80. And Jeanette. Hey,
Oh
you
my
know
God.
what? Let me tell you. My boss today had to, it's employee appreciation week for us. Well, probably
Oh,
for everybody, maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. It's employee appreciation week.
shit.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So my boss came on in front of we have different teams and everything, but he came on and he gave accolades and kudos to his entire team. And he did it like individual, and every other manager kind of gave the kudos to their entire team as a whole. But my manager came on and he specifically said everyone's names and spoke about them and the reason why basically he loves them and why they're on his team and he appreciates
Well,
them.
that's really
Right.
nice.
And so he was like, Andrea, he's like, she is a firecracker. She is like the Energizer Bunny. And I started laughing because I'm always joking.
Oh,
I'm
he has
constantly joking.
no idea.
Well, the funniest part is that everybody, like my friends, family, like random people would always say, like, because my mother is like me, like fast talker, always running and doing something. Like there's always, always moving, like always has something to say. Right. And so everybody always called her for years. They've said, she's like the Energizer Bunny, your mother. She's always walking around. I always see her walking. She's walking everywhere. Right. And so I laughed when he said the Energizer Bunny. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I just turned into my mother. Right. Speaking of
Oh,
mothers and women,
yes.
it is April 1st. No, it's not. It's March 1st.
I
Sorry.
know you got
Good thing
April
it's
1st
not
on the
April
mind.
Fools.
Yeah,
Right.
you do have April 1st on the mind. I know that you have an event coming up.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, today kicks off the first day of Women's History Month. So
Yeah.
kudos to us women that we actually now have a month dedicated to us. Which I don't know. I mean, I think that's great. That's a thing, and I think that's awesome.
It's a thing. It's for sure a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, and I think, what I love about Women's History Month and that March is highlighted as that month is that it really gives us an opportunity to take a look at how we started and where we are now. I mean, if you think about generations
Yeah.
before us, way before us, before our mothers and their mothers, I mean, women were just known, and I mean, we still have that caretaker role and being more of, you know, raising the children in the kitchen, cooking.
Yeah.
It's always kind of like that was like the women's role, and seeing
Mhm.
how we have evolved. I mean, now we have women who are business owners, who
Mhm.
are CFOs, who are, business women, entrepreneurs, just doing great, amazing things. That's something to really, truly honor and celebrate. And I know that we know many women in our circle that, you know, contribute to that. I mean, and I like to say that I'm part of that too, as well as you are. So
Mhm.
kudos
Yeah.
to us for sure.
Kudos to all the women out there.
That's right. Kudos to
Mhm.
all of us.
Mhm. Mhm. So we don't get enough credit.
Yeah, we don't get enough credit. That's right.
No, we're always told we're crazy. We're always told, right? We're crazy. You're to this, you're to that. I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, I
I
think
think it does.
when you kind of come outside the lines, I think, you know, um,
Mhm.
people have, start to develop perceptions, right?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
people have these ideas of how, like, you know, how women should behave, how,
Mhm.
women should act.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
Some cultures, like women
Right.
should not speak, women should not do this, that's the
Right.
man's job, right? And so, and even I'm finding in cultures that's kind of changing a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, wow, that's usually
Yeah.
from that culture. So that's kind of like, a
Yeah.
movement there.
Yeah.
But it's great to see, women kind of rising, coming out of that too, like
Mm-hmm.
not staying in that bubble.
Yeah. Talk about cultures. Yeah. So yeah, talk about cultures. So yeah,
God,
growing up, like, obviously I'm 100% Italian. Um,
yes, you are.
I mean, the mouth doesn't give it away
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
all. But my whole family, like my grandmother, even my mom, like, like I don't like to cook. I don't like to cook. Okay. I just don't like it,
I'm the same way,
you know, but you
but
cook. I don't even cook. Like I don't like it and I don't do it.
I
It's
know, but
gross.
here's the thing. I don't, I'm a hit or miss. Like I'm an okay cook, right? I'm not gonna say I'm a great cook because I'm an okay cook. And there's some things that can make that actually pretty good. But I find I do like and enjoy cooking like if I'm hosting. But if it's a day-to-day thing, I'm kind of like, yeah, no. Like,
Yeah. If I'm making food for other people, yes. Like
yes.
if I'm like, oh, I'll make this and I'll bring it here.
Like
Okay.
if I was to come
Then
over
I'm
to
happy
your
doing that.
house, would you cook for me?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
But I might not like cooking still when people come over. Like I almost feel like if I'm going to make it to bring it somewhere, I
Yeah,
would rather that is more okay. I'm going to bring this
yeah,
plate, this dish, this dip, whatever the hell I'm making.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, I
But
love that dip you made that one time that you brought to Anthony's and Ruby's.
what was it?
I don't know. Can't remember now.
I
Was
wonder
it
what
some
it
kind
was.
of chicken?
Buffalo chicken. Yes, buffalo
Yes,
chicken. Yeah, it was buffalo chicken
that
and dip.
was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd rather make dips like that. I'd rather make even whatever. I'd rather make a whole meal and bring it somewhere. That is more like I rather cook at home and take it somewhere. And it's like, okay, I'm contributing. Right.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I would rather not cook at home like ever. I hate it. I don't hate it. I mean, like, I do hate it.
I think
I
that,
would bake. I like baking way
oh,
better.
okay. You see, I'm not like a
No,
baker, so okay.
no. I could sit home and make cookies and I could do it all day long and be by myself though. I like by myself. It's like a stress reliever for me to bake.
Now, is that therapeutic for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that about bakers. That's why I asked.
And I don't do it often, but when I
Good.
do,
Like you're in a
I'm like,
zone,
oh,
like it does something for you,
like
right?
Christmas cookies I made after Christmas because I just didn't have time or I didn't want to do it, whatever. I had all
Right.
my baking stuff on the counter and I just got really lazy. And then after I was like, you know what? I'm going to make these cookies now. It's time. And I had a whole day of just baking what I wanted to bake in the kitchen
Yeah,
with the music going. I had my, my
yeah,
YouTube going and my music going. And
yeah.
I would sit and bake all day long and I'm perfectly fine with it and happy.
Okay.
Even if I have to give them away or else I'll eat the whole damn thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'd rather bake any day than make any meal ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
don't
but my
have to
whole
cook
family's
every
always been like,
day.
how you're Italian? How is it
Yeah.
you're Italian and you don't like to cook? Like, how does it even happen? And I was like, because I'm a human.
Well, hey, listen, I'm Puerto Rican and 100% Latina, and we're known to be in the kitchen, and
Right.
I'm just not that girl.
Yeah. See, I'm
My
with
poor
you.
husband, he
Yeah.
definitely has been my guinea pig when we first got married. I made some atrocious meals because I was a princess. My mom did all the cooking,
Mm-hmm.
not make one thing in the house because my mom was very controlling. She had a system. She
Yeah.
cooks a certain way. It's her stuff. You want to go cook somewhere else. And it's like, sometimes I would ask, like, hey, maybe I should start learning how to cook, you
Mhm.
know, because way to a guy's heart is his stomach, and I'm not a cook, so that might help me out here, you know.
Yeah.
Nope, I didn't know how to cook when I married your dad, and I learned when I got married. And I was like, really? My mom was a very good cook, so I kind of was like, all right, that will be my story too. What?
I always got the whole, you always make the same thing. And I'm thinking, yeah, because I like what I like. So either if I'm going to make what I'm going to make for me, then if you don't like it, make something else.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, I think where my husband got the short end of the stick, he was really expecting rice and beans and meats every day.
Right.
That's really like, you know, the the meat and potatoes of Latin food,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Just like the Italians and
Hmm. Sorry, Manny. You're shit
yeah,
out of luck.
nah, I'm not. He like, yeah, no. Now have I made, you know, authentic Puerto Rican meals? Of course I had. I had to learn.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to make it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have a great mother-in-law who's a really awesome cook too. So I used to tell him, just go to your mom's house. He's like, go
Yeah.
to you go to
Yeah.
my mom's house. You watch how she cooks. I'm like, hey, come on now. I'm a working woman, so
Yeah. You
that's
know
not
what I find
all
too is
that.
like I don't eat, like I pick. I'll pick on a couple things and that's how I
Yeah,
eat. So I'll make dinner for my son and then I pick. And I don't,
right. Yeah,
you know
well,
what I mean?
yeah, it's different. Yeah,
Even if I make something, I might pick whatever he doesn't eat. Right. And that's what
yeah.
you know what I mean? Then I'm done. So I don't like cooking at all. Not a fan. I mean,
Mhm.
I will do it. And if it's for someone else, I'm much happier doing it. But
Right.
just to cook for me at home, no way. Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I buy things with great intentions. I'm going to make this and I'm going to make this. And then I'm like, oh, hell no,
Yeah.
you know? But anyway, back to that. Yeah. Back to, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
It's okay.
So
I mean, it's a good thing to talk about food.
it's always a good thing to talk about food.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
rather desserts and sugar, even though it's not good for you. It is yummy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this month. Do you have any upcoming events you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm heading out to Arizona.
That's right, you are.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming in hot, not
Yeah.
just the heat. There's a lot
Yeah.
coming in hot
Oh,
on
that's
that
gonna
trip.
be good. That's
Yeah.
gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It'll be a good time. You know, it's my home away from home,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you
right.
know, my favorite state,
Yeah.
hands down, my favorite state. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah. I have to
I
start
definitely look forward
making
to it.
sure I go there at least once a year.
You should.
You
You
know, I have,
definitely should. Yeah.
yeah, I do.
Because I think I'm gonna do that for myself. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm gonna make it a point to at least once a year to head over to Sarasota, Florida. I fell so in love with my visit there with
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could probably try to make something happen maybe later late of this year. I don't really know. I have to see, but when you're
Yeah.
intentional about it,
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell
For
you,
sure.
there's something about visiting places that just kind of make you feel like a certain way.
Hmm.
It's just something to be said for that. It just really just kind of reignites you. And,
Yeah.
it's kind of the way you have to keep life moving because you can't really keep doing the same thing and this all the time. Like you have to mix things up, which
Or have something to look forward to, I guess. I
absolutely
mean,
like plan far ahead and say, well,
right.
you know what I mean? Like this is what I traditionally travel to each time. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's great. I'm happy that you're heading out. I can't
Me
wait
too.
to hear all about it. That's gonna
Yeah. It's going to be a good time. Yeah.
yeah.
It'll
You
be a good
enjoy
time.
that.
But I think too, with the traveling and everything, like I mean, I lived in so many states, you know, and in not a lot of years. So
Yeah,
for me, like I traveled to a state and then I lived there. and experienced it. Like most people go and they
Yeah.
visit and they go for a week and they have a good vacation. And me, I just moved to the state and experience it for 2 years. And then
Yeah.
I move again and I experienced that state for 2 years. You know, I mean, I
Wow.
stayed in Arizona for 10, and I was only in California for a year and a half.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know if I could like move around like that so many times.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I loved experiencing all these places. If I didn't live in those states, you don't really get accustomed to the area, the people, the dynamic. You know, you can go and visit anywhere, but when you live somewhere, you start seeing things that people don't see on vacations.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course.
you
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Because
in California, I don't think I realized, like, I just didn't realize, like, in the town that I lived in, all the stores and everything were in Mandarin,
What part
right?
of California did you live
I
in?
was in Hacienda Heights.
Okay.
You know, I didn't realize that there were airplanes coming from China nonstop every day, right? With pregnant women coming
Hmm,
here to give birth to their children in
really?
droves. I didn't realize that. I
Hmm.
didn't realize that there were multiple homes in my area, in my town, that had midwives in there. And they were all these women were living in these homes. It got raided after I moved. One of the homes near my house got raided. I didn't realize that there were a bunch of pregnant women, right, coming in and having children from China. I had no idea that that was occurring because I didn't. And if I just visited California, I wouldn't have seen what I saw, right? And there you see these pregnant women walking around in groups to Target, to the grocery store, and they're all walking together and they're all like 8, 9 months pregnant,
Hmm.
you know, and I would have never seen those things or even known these things were happening if I didn't live there. You
Hmm.
know, because when you visit, right, you go to California, you visit, right? Oh, it's Hollywood. Oh, it's, you know what I mean? You go to this Hollywood
Yeah.
sign, you go to the
Uh,
beach, you go, you know
you
what I'm
have to
saying?
have multiple
Like
visits though.
that, but
And you have to get out of
you
the
still wouldn't
whole
see
tourism stuff there.
that, but unless you live there, you're not going to see all those things. Even going for a week, I would have never noticed. You know what I mean? I had to live there and talk to people in the community and like get my business cards out there and have them thrown away because I wasn't the right nationality for the neighborhood.
Mm.
Okay. So I experienced things that I wouldn't normally experience if I didn't live there, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and that was in California. Arizona, completely a whole different dynamic, right? You got a ton of stuff going on coming in, like a lot of people coming in over, you know, over the border, and you don't even know, you know, you hear everybody shut the border. But when you start meeting these people that are coming and sneaking in and you talk to them and you talk to their families and you start to become friends with them, it's like a whole different world and a whole different dynamic. And you hear the stories and you talk to people, you know, and you're there for so long, you could start seeing everything go on, right? You start seeing people that you know that were deported. And then you hear their children say, oh, he'll be back in 3 weeks. It takes 3 weeks.
Hmm.
And then how they came back in and how they snuck back in and how it all happened, right? How much did they pay to do that? How much you hear all this stuff because I live there and I was around certain people. So if I didn't live in these places, I wouldn't have experienced what I did and I wouldn't understand, you know, I would judge, right? I'd be judging what goes on at the border and this and that. But I met these people and like, you start to have a different, you know, there's just a different
Yeah.
feel, a different look, you start to look at everything different. You just do.
I think experience is always going to be your best teacher. I mean,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Even like New Jersey, right? When I was in New Jersey, I didn't live near the city. And when people hear New Jersey, everybody is like, oh, it's, you know, it's the city.
I don't
It's
really know if you
busy.
really were in
It's
Jersey because you were kind of like in boondocks.
right. But it was New Jersey still. I mean, let's be fair. It was still,
You still were
Still,
about an hour plus
it
commute
was
from me.
Northwest New Jersey. So listen, it was what it was. But
Let me just tell you,
I
I
thought when I said
drove
New Jersey
down,
busy, it was like busy, right? So I thought when I was moving there, oh my gosh,
that's nothing busy where you were at.
no, but I thought that's what I was moving to, right? Because that's the perception is New Jersey, busy, the Jersey Shore. You know what I mean? Like that's New Jersey.
He has a reputation, yes.
Yes. So I assumed before I moved there. And then I lived there and I was
That's
like,
why you need
okay,
to have a Jersey friend that could have helped you out. See,
I had a lot. They were all over the place though.
you and I needed to have me at that time because you would have been over by my hood.
Well, yeah.
But you know what? It doesn't matter. We still met anyhow by fate. And I remember,
Yeah. I mean,
when we went to surprise you. Do you
oh
remember
my
that night?
gosh, I thought you were breaking. I thought I
And
had
I
a
was like, oh my God, where are we? What is this?
You thought it was
What street are we on? And Ruby was like, this is her driveway. I was like, what? Driveway? Driveway is like a mile plus long. I don't understand.
and then you're sneaking around my house in the woods and you hear me screaming in the house, get the gun.
I was scared. I'm like, yo, man, let's just stop this right now. This does not look good. That was funny. Beautiful home. You had a gorgeous home in Jersey.
Yeah. I loved it there.
I
Loved it
loved
there.
our porch time.
I know, me too. That porch was like heaven.
That porch was
I sat there every day.
that porch was
And I'm going to miss it because I used to work from there and I could work from there,
yeah.
So I'm going to miss it because now in the summer months, like I could have sat outside and worked all day from my, with my job and I can't. So it sucks. But here I am.
Here
New
you
chapter.
are.
New chapter.
That's right. New chapter. That's what it's
New
all
chapter.
about.
New chapter for the working mom. The
Yeah.
working divorcee. Oh shit.
Honor and celebrate this month because it's all about
Us women, I'm going to celebrate and celebrate and celebrate.
right. Women making history.
All you women out there celebrate.
That's right.
All you men celebrate your women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Hey.
You have to.
The
So
whole month.
yeah, I mean, celebrate often, but
the whole month.
Yeah.
I'm going to celebrate every
and
day forever.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. 100%. I think, things have come a long way for us and amazing trailblazing women who have, paved the way, to make it, easier for other women to kind of step into those spaces. So great for those women.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking. We wouldn't be allowed to.
No, exactly. Yeah. So that's
and if I swore, I'd be,
oh, no,
who knows what would
no
have went
bueno,
on.
no bueno.
No.
How do you say not good in Italian?
I don't know. Stata zita, shut up.
Oh, okay.
But no good. I only know like some of the,
well, I don't know,
like the bad words.
Oh, okay.
I
know Italian has some similarities.
Yeah.
To Spanish, depending
Yeah.
what part of
Yeah, it's got to be close to no bueno. It's
Yeah,
got
I
to be
think
close.
so
No,
too.
no, I think it's still no bueno.
Okay.
I think it's still the same,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I don't say that. I
Yeah.
don't say no good. I say
Oh, no,
stata
no.
zit. I say shut up, stata zit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds serious.
It is serious.
Well, I'm excited for for this month and
Mhm.
what we'll bring. this month, and we do have a guest lineup, which we will not reveal because
We won't
we always like to
reveal.
keep things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say, I really enjoyed talking to Pete.
He's fun.
He's a whole vibe, I tell you.
He's fun.
He
He
is a
is.
lot of fun.
Yeah. He is fun.
And
He is
he's
real.
well,
It is no
yeah.
shit with him.
No, yeah.
No bullshit. It is.
Yeah, and he's like, you know how there's some people that can say stuff and you can just take it the wrong way
Mm-hmm.
because they got an energy that's kind of arrogant. Like
Yeah, like he just doesn't give a shit.
his energy is not like that. It's just very
No.
like, here's how it is, like
Yeah, it is what it is. But it's I guess you know what, when you
just
feel like you
very
don't
authentic. Yeah.
but when you don't feel like you don't care if you're judged because it is what it is and it's real, what you're saying is real. People are going to take it the way they're going to take it, right? But when you don't care, the people judge you,
No, I know,
right?
but it's just his
Or
delivery
you don't
doesn't
care.
come
Well,
off.
the delivery, right? But you're still going to have people that judge you either way, right? But when you're someone, I guess when you're someone that just, like, I mean, right now, someone hates me out there, right? Right? Right now, someone, I'm sure. I mean, I'm
Everybody has a
sure.
haters.
I'm
If you
sure.
don't have a hater, you're
Right.
doing something wrong in your life.
Right. So I'm sure there's probably someone that hates me out there. Maybe a million people. I don't know, whatever. But I don't care. Like, I'm not worried about those people.
No, you can't.
Right. Like, I say what I say. I mean what I say. I don't mean to hurt people in general. And I may come off like an asshole sometimes, but I don't mean to be. I mean, sometimes I might, but I don't mean to be. I don't have any ill intention. I just don't. But I think that people will still judge, right? But when you don't think about that, you just kind of go on your day and you help the people you can help and you say the things you say and you put that energy out there that is positive and not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are either going to receive it
Right.
or they're not. And that's
Right.
okay.
And
Right?
people may not like what Pete has to say.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're like, oh, is he talking about me? He's probably talking about me. Right. I mean, some people will look at it like that and be like, oh, he's talking, right? He's talking shit about me. And then, you know what I mean?
Who does this guy think he is? But you
Right.
know what?
Right.
I think it's all about where people are in life. Depending on where that person is in that moment, really is an indicator of what they're able to receive and how they receive it.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you that I've had moments in my life, in my early young adult life. So I would say probably in my 20s. I think 20s, early 20s to maybe I started to shift a little bit when I was in 27 or so. I don't know, just rounding off. But I was not a person that was open or, or would look at any kind of anything in a very positive way. And that's just facts. As I just was not in that space. I wasn't always looking at the silver lining. I definitely not, I just was not that person at that time in my life. And that's okay. I mean, I'm glad that, I grew and and I changed, thank goodness.
But I think it depends on where it does. You're right. It depends on where you're at in your life. Like when my parents got divorced, I was angry at the world. Right. Like I was not listening to anybody. I didn't give a crap what anybody had to say. I would have told everybody off and I would have gotten any fist fight I wanted to because whatever. I didn't care.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, it does.
You have to take sometimes, when people are not receptive, whatever that message is, it may not be something related to the person. It really is always related to that individual that is unable to receive the message. Like somebody who's in a negative space, no matter who they hear, whatever they're saying, if their attitude, if they're not in the best place, is like, I'm not listening to that shit. Who does that person think?
Who do they think they are? Yeah.
F that or F them or F her. Who does she think she is? She's a like all those kind of.
That's what people say about us. You know that? Who the fuck do they think they are?
But I think that if that's, where a person's at, that's okay. Because I think that nobody in life should ever try to convince people of any type of messaging. All you could do is be authentically yourself, show up that way, and you get the love from the right people, like, that thrive off what your beliefs are. I know many people that have similar or exact alignments. I mean, sometimes there's posts that, come up on my feed. So, Facebook has an algorithm, and obviously the people that I engage with the most are going to certainly pop up in my feed. But oftentimes, why the engagement is there, because they'll state things and I'm like, nailed it. Boom, that's exactly what I'm thinking. That's how I'm living. 100%.
Or whatever you're going through. Yeah.
That's what's up, right? So to me, it's like, oh, hallelujah. This is coming through my feeds, because the last thing that I want to be coming up through my feeds is anything that's derogatory or negative, because I don't invite that kind of nonsense around me. Period.
Right. Yeah.
So, anyhow, having said all that, I think that
we've been all over the place today.
Well, I'm just trying to follow your lead here. So
my lead.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow your lead, but it's all good. I think that that things should just land where they should land.
Yepper.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so,
because we just talk. There's no there's no script here.
Well, there can't be a script.
No.
I mean, not for us. I mean, I'm not saying that other podcasts are, there are some podcasts that do follow certain scripts and things like that, and that's fine. That's how it works. But we find, that things work different for us. So thank you for sharing the space with me tonight, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. And happy Happy Women's History Month to you, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. And until the next time, remember, everyone, you're listening to Webs Women,
where exposure brings strength.